You know what's crazy? I was just thinking about it right now. This game is multi-platform. Every platform plays together. Why don't more games do it? This game wasn't even built with multiplayer initially. Like this game, this game had this whole thing where like it came out and Sean Murray was saying that yeah we got multiplayer, but he didn't actually like explain the details of it because it wasn't in the game. Yeah, he basically lied about it when it first came out, and then eventually they added an actual real multiplayer mode. So how the hell did they manage to do that? My friend Zeph, he's into game development, and he was telling me how hard it is to build a game with multiplayer, because you need to start from scratch building the multiplayer. Like that's the only way to like really legitimately make it work. So I guess the only way they were able to achieve this is by making it a multiplayer game, but they didn't have all the features there yet because, you know, they just didn't have enough time to work on it. So it was basically just a single player game until they added all the multiplayer elements. So that's what I'm assuming happened. And then they were able to go cross-platform. Like, that's crazy. Like, I mean, if this game was able to achieve all this shit, constant updates over time, why don't big AAA developers do the same? Like, you would think that AAA developers, with all the money they have, that they could do anything. Like, literally, they dream it and they could put it in the game. But it just seems like most of these AAA developers, all they care about is only money. And they don't care about the art that's involved in the games they create. And the saddest part is, like, you'll get really creative franchises. Like, for example, like the Division series. I always really loved the amount of detail that they put into their worlds. Like the New York one was easily my favorite. That was like the first game. Loved the New York, like the amount of raw detail, like just the garbage on the side of the roads and all the, like, just it's insane the amount of work they put into it. But then they just, like, they're so quick to abandon it because it didn't do well enough for them, you know. But then they move on to the second game, and then the second game has the same amount of raw detail, but I feel like the second game could have easily been an expansion of the first game, you know. Like, they didn't have to make a whole ass sequel. And I feel like most of these companies, they make sequels to games just so they could, you know, hype it up as like the new big thing, even though like it's literally a copy paste of the last game with just like minor little details that are, you know, quality of life changes or whatever other things that players were asking for the first game to do, but they instead did it in the second game, you know. And I feel like that's super lazy and that's fucked up. But then you look at No Man's Sky, and then like it's just one game, you know, and they pumped everything into it, you know. Like they could have easily made a No Man's Sky 2 and a No Man's Sky 3 out of all the shit that they've been doing with this, but they didn't, you know. They just stuck with it. And then on top of it, they didn't charge anybody for anything. There's no microtransaction in this game at all. I like, it's crazy to me that there's no microtransactions in here. And all these big AAA companies, like, they're always trying so hard to figure out how the fuck we're gonna charge a cash out. I see so many opportunities. Like, they could have made a lot of money on this game, but they didn't even try. Like Sean Murray and his team, like they're just too dedicated. They really love and they're really passionate about this game, and you can tell. And that's what makes me excited about, like, hopefully more developers being like Hello Games, you know, and trying to like really like flesh out their games. Kind of like how I feel about Warframe. Warframe is like, I feel the same way about that game. Like I really appreciate what they did because they put everything, they put the kitchen sink and all that shit into one game, you know, and it's there and that's it. So and they have microtransactions, they have cash shop, and I personally don't mind it because, like, I feel like, you know, it's deserved. You know, if they want to make extra money, go. And especially since it's a completely free game. This game you have to buy the box copy, but still, like, this game goes on sale so many times that, like, it's shocking to me that they're able to even make a living off of like, how much is this game right now on Steam? Let me see. Look, 50% off sale. It's normally 60, and it's good on them to like keep their price at 60, because usually a lot of companies they lower their price, like Ubisoft or EA Games, they'll lower their price on purpose because they're trying desperately to sell copies, but they're just not selling anything. And it's because they don't update their games at all. Of course, nobody's gonna buy your game because there's nothing new to explore, you know. So in this game, it's shocking to me that this new Outlaws update came out, and there's a 50% off sale right now on Steam. And then you go on eBay and you'll probably find this game for like $10 on a PS4 or something, you know. Like it's insane to me. Like they're probably not even making money off of those things. Like especially eBay, like when somebody resells a copy, they're not making money off of that. It's only the actual customer that's making the money off of that. Like they spent their money initially or whatever, but that's it. So like I don't understand how Hello Games is still able to accomplish all this. 44 employees. I guess this is the most recent thing I could find here, is this on LinkedIn. That's probably the reason why they're able to afford, you know, just living off of box copies, and that's it. I don't know how much they're possibly selling. At no point in time are they giving any opportunities for people that have been playing this game for years to give them more money, you know, like, because if they have microtransactions, then like shit, I would even buy microtransactions, like just to support the company, because like it's unbelievable the amount of stuff that they put into this thing. Like I feel like by now they could start, like, you know, doing paid expansions. Like I think they went above and beyond what they promised. You know, like not every single detail of everything they explained is in here, but it's pretty goddamn close. And like then they went above and beyond that and added stuff that we didn't even think about. You know, like this Outlaws update, I wasn't expecting this shit. You know, and this is what made me come back, because I was like, oh, they got smuggling and all sorts of crap. Like I still haven't done any of those things yet, but like it's so impressive. Like I can't believe a small team of like less than 50 people or whatever did this. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to me. I just no. There's no way. They're aliens. They're from another planet themselves. There's just no way. I don't know. It's crazy to me.